Tonight, fighting for a new fire hall, what Virginia firefighters are pitching to Minnesota's governor in hopes of getting funding. Plus, the local organization is helping formerly incarcerated residents get back on their feet and into their own home. And Costco is open for customers, but what impact could it have on other businesses in the area? We're digging into it tonight.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. A model of how to advocate for your community. That's how Minnesota's governor described an Iron Range town today, pointing to the years Virginia spent lobbying for funding to replace their century-old fire hall, a project that will soon become a reality. CBS 3's Rob Coles explains the big difference it will make for Virginia.
Thanks, Kristen. Governor Tim Walz stopped by Virginia today to tour the town's current fire safety building, which is more than 100 years old. He says the building is beautiful and historic, but non-functional for public safety. Officials say the building does not meet ADA compliance, and its structural limitations have been slowing down emergency response times. To fix the problems, state lawmakers recently awarded the city of Virginia $9.5 million, money that was acquired through the state's bonding process. The governor says the bonding process helps minimize infrastructure costs to local communities, adding that this project is a great example of that.
Because the state's all in this together, the bonding gives us the capacity to relieve the pressure on property taxes for communities like Virginia by spreading that around a little bit.
Officials say the new building will allow EMS workers to respond to emergencies anywhere in Virginia within 6 minutes. The building will also house 6 ambulances and give dozens of firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics a functional place to work. The state money is just one part of the funding. Virginia's mayor says community members called state legislatures and went door to door raising money. No word just yet on when they plan to start building.
All right, thanks, Rob. Officials have previously estimated the total cost of the project around $25 million. We'll hear from Virginia firefighters about how this new building will help them help you tonight at 10. A new housing project is coming to Duluth's Lincoln Park neighborhood. Family Rise Together is a nonprofit aiming to strengthen the bond between parents and kids. In partnership with St. Louis County, the organization plans to rent a house in Lincoln Park for men of color who were previously incarcerated. The building can house up to 5 men at a time. Organizers hope the house will be decorated and inspected by the end of November. Once it's up and running, it will also offer career and mental health programming for the men.
So we'll have a case manager, a part-time case manager working with these 5 guys to figure out what's your next step, what do you want to do, and how can we come alongside you so that you can stabilize so that homelessness is not a part of your trajectory of lifestyle again, if they choose that.
The nonprofit is looking for people to donate household items. If you would like to help out, we have a link on our website. With winter coming, one event is making sure those in need are ready to endure the cold. The Damiano Center hosted a Community Connect event to assist individuals who are experiencing hardship. The event provided clothes, cooked food, haircuts, and even portable showers. All of the clothing items were donations from the public. Organizers say the event goes beyond providing just the basic needs.
The other things we provide here today are haircuts and warrant resolution and recovery services, and then we spread the word about the available rental assistance in our community.
The event also provided flu shots and COVID vaccinations. The next event is expected to take place in January of next year. A local food bank is asking for your help feeding those in need. The Second Harvest Food Bank in Duluth is launching a new program called Fresh Connect. It requires volunteers to pick up donated food from local grocery stores, retailers, or restaurants and then deliver it to the food bank or other local food shelves. Second Harvest is looking for 10 to 12 volunteers for each day of the week. The food bank believes the new program will result in thousands of meals each month. Well, Peter joins us for a quick check of the weather now. Peter, some rain this morning. Is that going to continue through the weekend?
We're going to see it slowly begin to dwindle as we head towards tomorrow. So it seems like there's a silver lining as we head towards the weekend. And high temperatures today, not too bad across the region either. Most of us climbing into the upper 40s as well as the lower 50s. So just kind of a hair above average, actually. 49 at Duluth International, 52 down by Lake, 50 in Superior, 46 in Hibbing, 48 in International Falls, 50 in Big Fork, as well as 50 in Ashland and Solon Springs, and 52 in Ironwood. Definitely the warm spot there. Satellite radar shows that right now we do have a little bit of rain on the radar right now, but it's light in nature, and especially kind of to the west of Twin Ports. We're going to still kind of see that wobble further east as we head through the night tonight. So Duluth will probably get a little bit more rain as we head through the rest of the night tonight. And northwest Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan, they're picking up kind of their first rain of the system. Currently in Duluth, we're looking at 47 degrees with mostly cloudy skies overhead, and that north-northwest wind been placed between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Your forecast for tonight shows that we're dealing with some more rain showers for the night tonight, but generally mostly cloudy skies with temperatures in the upper 30s as well as lower 40s. And that's shaping up for a drier day tomorrow, and for this weekend, we'll take a closer look at that forecast in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Peter. We now know the names of the victims in yesterday's home explosion. It happened just after 9:30 a.m. near Lake Vermilion. Today, authorities tell us 72-year-old Eva Gramsey was the one who died. Authorities believe they found her remains inside the home. Now, a medical examiner is conducting an autopsy to confirm that. Her husband, Michael Gramsey, was found in the yard with serious injuries. The 72-year-old was taken to the hospital where he is listed in serious condition tonight. Authorities are still investigating what caused that explosion. Minneapolis's police chief is urging voters to reject a ballot question that would seriously impact the department. Voters will decide Tuesday whether to approve a new public safety unit that would replace the city's police department. The question proposes creating a more comprehensive public health approach to policing. Chief Madaria Arredondo believes the city is at a critical point of public safety, and to drastically change the city charter with so many unknowns is not good for Minneapolis's 420,000 residents.
As chief, though, here is what I can tell you ballot question number 2 will not do for you. It will not eliminate tragic incidents between police and community from ever occurring in our city. It will not reduce the disproportionate violent crime disparities involving African American victims that has been a public health crisis in our city for decades.
The idea of ballot question number 2 came after violent protests broke out following the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police. Minnesotans have a new tool for learning about crime activity in the state. The BCA launched the Minnesota Crime Data Explorer today. It's a tool that allows users to filter and sort crime data. The program is being launched in phases. It currently includes data on firearm discharges, officer use of force, and more. The program is available on the BCA website. It's tough to get an appointment for a driver's test right now, and Minnesota leaders hope a new law will make a big difference. Starting Monday, anyone who misses their road test appointment with the DMV will be fined $20. State leaders say they've seen more and more no-shows recently. In fact, that number was up an average of 15% between July and September. In those 3 months, 6,000 people could have taken their driver's tests. The state says they're willing to consider exceptions to the fine on a case-by-case basis. A wholesale retail giant has opened its doors to the Northland for the first time. Duluth's new Costco held its grand opening today with hundreds of people showing up. But some are left wondering how this big business could impact other local businesses in town. CBS3's Quinn Gorham spoke with city employment experts and small business owners today to get their thoughts.
One of America's biggest wholesale businesses has made its way to Duluth.
Happy Costco Day to those who celebrate.
And as hundreds prepared their wallets to make big purchases, business owners in Duluth like Derek Medved were preparing in other ways.
It definitely is not a bad thing. You know, I always look at it from a positive perspective.
Medved's outlook, Costco is a competitor, and competition offers a chance to improve his convenience stores.
We got to sharpen our pencil. We got to make sure that, we're going to provide the best customer service. We're going to provide the best deals. We're going to make sure that, our facilities are up to par with, the latest and greatest technologies.
Elena Fauché, director of Duluth's workforce development, says Costco's arrival also means a boost in local jobs.
It's just a matter of making sure that everyone who wants a job has access to get that job.
According to the Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce, Costco is responsible for creating more than 220 jobs in the Duluth area. While some may see Costco's high minimum wage as a concern for smaller businesses, owners who can't afford to pay their employees that much, Fauché says things were already getting more competitive.
The average wage statewide is higher than it has been in the past. So I think employers were already feeling that pressure. Those that are able have raised their wages already.
And Medved agrees that the pressure that comes from a large new business like Costco is good for Duluth's economy.
No, competition should not be looked at ever as a negative thing, right? It just ensures that, hey, you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I need to do my best.
Costco bought the property off Haynes Road and Arrowhead Road for $2.5 million in 2020. The company received a combined $2 million in tax breaks from the city and county as an incentive to come to Duluth. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, some of the best life lessons are taught in the wilderness. How Duluth School plans to apply that to their learning plan next.
And we just have a few more hours of rain left, but then we have much, much cooler temperatures heading our way. For the start of next week, we'll take a closer look at that forecast in just a bit.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
I had gone 20 years essentially without smiling. My dental phobia was strong, and the idea of coming in and being able to sleep through the whole thing, that's heaven. That right there is heaven. In terms of an experience, I promise you, it will be the easiest dental experience you've ever had.
Never be afraid at the dental office again. Call us today for a free sedation consultation.
Yay! Here you go, sweetheart.
It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine the possibilities.
Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
At the DTA, we're making your bus ride even safer. You can now buy your ticket anytime, anywhere, using the new MyDTA app for mobile fare payment and trip planning. Contactless, safe, convenient.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
The big 6% instant rebate is back. Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and yep, that's right. You'll get an additional 6% off on the floor price instantly when you pay at the counter. What could be sweeter? Get this GE commercial grade laundry pad for your home, complete with a 5-year parts and labor warranty, regularly $21.49, sale price $18.98, and just $17.84 after rebate. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
We will witness yet another moment in history.
Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana hard. The people there, their families, and businesses have a long road to recovery. And now it's time for each of us to help lift up Louisiana. Text IDA to 51555 and donate to the Salvation Army relief efforts as they provide relief to those impacted by Hurricane Ida. Learn more at CBS3Duluth.com or the CBS3 News app. Live, local, CBS3, helping lift up Louisiana. CBS3 News is brought to you by Fond du Luth Casino. CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Lake Superior College.
So most of the rain that we've seen over the past 24 hours basically centered from the Twin Ports points west, and that's really been kind of the theme since this rain started over the course of the day on, what day was it? Geez, I can't even remember now. Wednesday? And generally we're looking at the rain generally beginning to wind down as we head through the rest of the night tonight and towards tomorrow. And as you can see, generally we're talking about out there towards Brainerd, Aiken, Grand Rapids, International Falls, above ½ an inch in most places, up to 6/10 of an inch, even Aiken coming in close to 3/4 of an inch there. But closer to Duluth, you can see we were really kind of quite low, only 2/100ths of an inch of rain. And that's how much we picked up for today so far, 2/100ths of an inch of rain. Probably before we get to the midnight hour, I suspect we'll probably pick up another few 100ths of an inch, maybe knock it up to 1/10 of rain before we get to the midnight hour, but not a whole lot of rain. And then that will be the last of it before this weekend. And you can tell we are still running a drought out there. Even we stopped talking a little bit about it as we got into the fall, but some places still talking about extreme drought, especially the Arrowhead region up there where you see that red color in place, still talking about extreme drought up there. And even off towards the International Falls area, international border up there, still talking about extreme drought there as well. But there still is a little bit more rain coming down right now. We are seeing some rain right now falling in Duluth. Right now, just shy of 50 degrees, coming in at 47 right now, with that north-northwest wind in place between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Satellite radar shows that we just had some rain shower activity begin to enter the Twin Ports, and most of that rain shower still off to the west of the Twin Ports, and we'll slowly begin to see that wobble its way east as we head through the rest of the night tonight. And we are just picking up on some rain showers that have been started falling over the past few hours in northwest Wisconsin, as well as the UP of Michigan, and that's generally kind of the first rain they've seen down there through the day today and even yesterday as well. They've been relatively dry as a result of this system. So your forecast for tonight, we see the rain shower activity kind of generally winding down for us in Minnesota. By after the midnight hour, I think most of us are dry, with the exception of the Arrowhead region where you still see some rain showers even through the early AM hours for today tomorrow. As we fast forward towards tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., I think most of Minnesota are waking up dry, with the exception of maybe the Arrowhead region, the far portions of Lake and Cook County, where they may still be seeing a little bit of rain shower activity. Most of that rain still is centered towards the UP of Michigan, where they might be dealing with rain showers and clouds up towards about the noon hour. And I think as we head towards the afternoon hours, we'll begin to see some clearing here as well, giving way to mostly sunny skies. And that sunshine should last through the day on Saturday. And then as we head towards Saturday afternoon and evening, we see a quick little rain system move its way through the region, and that could give way to a little bit of snow for Sunday morning, especially up towards the international border. At there, it might be just a quick coating, but it's definitely not going to hamper any plans. As far as how much more rain we're looking at, it's really not that much, just a few more tenths of an inch for us here in Minnesota. Elsewhere, northwest Wisconsin, as well as the UP of Michigan, up to a third in places. And here's how that 7-day forecast shapes up. Once we get rid of that rain, we get much, much cooler heading into next week. Tuesday, we're in the 30s. Wednesday, in the mid and upper 30s. And then Thursday, low to mid 30s at that. So got signs of winter at the end of 7-day forecast there.
I guess we're inching toward November, aren't we?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It really is.
And don't worry about confusing the day of the week. I thought today was Friday. Everyone thinks today is Friday, so you're not alone,
You thought I was Dave earlier?
I called you Peter first. 3 seconds later, you're someone else. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Becoming one with nature, that is how a local school is teaching its youth. Marshall School in Duluth is starting a new program called the Forest School. Children as young as 4-year-olds up to 4th grade can participate in a nature-based learning environment. The goal is to teach kids future life skills. Head of Marshall School, Jamie Steckert, says research shows that nature-based learning helps build a solid foundation for kids' future success.
The Forest School takes the best brain-based research that has been coming online since the last 10 years of incorporating brain-based learning with kids in the outdoors, and it promotes social emotional learning, creative thinking, complex problem solving, and we're really excited to offer that extension to the Marshall community.
About 40% of educational time will be spent outdoors across the 40 acres behind the school. The program is expected to open by fall of next year. Kevin joins us now for a look at what's going on in sports on this Friday Eve, as I like to call it.
Yeah, that's not my Friday. It's like my Wednesday.
Well, Friday Eve.
Yeah, but no. No.
All right.
No.
Thursday, I guess.
But Thursday does mean Thursday Night Football. The two hottest teams in the NFL kick off in an hour. Plus, see who moved on to state at the Section 7 cross-country races. Sports is next.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night. CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com. Now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
I checked out a bunch of other schools around the area, and really it came down to like the staff, the machine shop here. I went to the open house, talked to a lot of different companies from around here, and just chose that this would be a really good program to get started in.
Happy birthday! Duluth Casino wants to celebrate your birthday with you all month long. Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash as a special birthday bonus.
Did you say every day?
Yes, every day of your birthday month. Stop by the Players Club or log on to FondDuluthCasino.com for all the participation details. We're celebrating your birthday all month long, so you can
have a great time out at Fond-du-Loup.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health surgeon Brad Kuzel discusses standard and reverse shoulder replacement.
With the standard replacement, our goal again is to resurface the joint, and if everything goes as planned, it should function like a normal shoulder. The reverse is primarily done for patients who don't have an adequate rotator cuff or have an irreparable rotator cuff. So if I have a patient whose rotator cuff muscles are significantly torn and they're irreparable and they simply can't raise their arm, and there are patients who literally can't raise their arm at all, then a reverse replacement may be a very good option for that patient, because after the surgery they should be able to raise it up to about this height.
Regardless of whether it's a standard or reverse replacement, the biggest benefit is likely to be pain relief.
My preference is to be able to perform a standard replacement, but if a patient has rotator cuff muscles that are torn and they have arthritis, then a standard replacement is not a great option. The biggest reason the patients pursue shoulder replacement is pain relief. Mobility usually improves to some degree, but not completely. Function usually improves because it hurts less. But the number one reason for shoulder replacement is pain relief. And the number one variable that drives patients to want to have their shoulder replaced is when they start losing sleep at night due to pain. The success rate with shoulder replacement is approximately 90 to 95%, so the vast majority of patients are going to see significant pain relief. Their quality of life is going to be significantly improved. Spouses sometimes even note that their mood is improved because they're sleeping at night and they're not in pain constantly, and so for me that's incredibly rewarding.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more, go to essentiahealth.org.
The September 16th hail and windstorm did a lot of damage to the roofs of homes in its path. Empire Roofing can perform temporary repairs to get your roof through winter. Call today to find out if your home is in the hail path and have your roof inspected for free by Empire Roofing to see if your roof sustained damage.
Playoff season is in full swing for almost all fall sports in Minnesota, including cross country. The Section 7 championships were down at the Cloquet Country Club today. In the 7AA boys race, Cameron Stokey jumped out in front coming around the first turn, and the Rockridge Jr. put his foot on the gas from there, opening up a huge gap on the home stretch. Stokey wins it with a time of 16 minutes, 13 seconds. His Rockridge teammate Aaron Nelson, 28 seconds behind him in second, followed by Cloquet's Miles Fisher in the third.
I came into the season definitely not where I wanted to be, but it finally feels like I'm over the hump a little bit. So I finally feel like I'm back to a certain extent. Yeah, and it really gives me a lot of confidence going to the state meet because there's some fast kids down there. So
Rockridge and Cloquet qualified for state as a team. In 7 single-A girls, Carlton and Southridge each earned trips to state. Addison Burkhart of Southridge came in first with a time of 19 minutes, 54 seconds, and 3 seconds ahead of Molly Brophy. In the girls' race, more dominance from Rockridge put this time from an 8th grader. This is Lexi Lampa. She was 8 spots away from going to state last season as a 7th grader, but dropped 50 seconds on her time today to 19 minutes, 10 seconds, 47 seconds ahead of the field. Her twin sister, Maya, who was in 3rd. Grace McCormick from Duluth Denfield came in 2nd.
It was good. The first round, I felt really good, and then it just felt good. I never felt super tired. I didn't have any side aches. I just felt good. I just kept dropping time every race.
Hibbing and Cook County finished 1 and 2 as teams and will advance to state. And this was the same graphic that we showed earlier. So Addison Brookhart is going to get some more love. She came in first of Southridge with 19 minutes, 54 seconds ahead of Ely's Molly Brophy. The 2 hottest teams in the NFL will meet tonight in Arizona. Packers, winners of 6 straight versus the Cardinals, losers of nothing. But the Packers will be without their 3 top wide receivers. Earlier in the week, wide receivers Devontae Adams and Alan Lazard were placed on the COVID-19 list, while Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who was eligible to come off injured reserve, is still nursing a hamstring injury, which leaves Aaron Jones, Randall Cobb, and Big Bob Tonyan as Rodgers' top 3 weapons against the 4th-ranked Arizona defense.
So they put the plan in. We're going through it right now, and then we got to take a trip to the other side of the country and play a great football team. So it's going to be a good challenge for us.
That's our job. Our job is to perform at our best, and our job is to find ways to win ball games. And unfortunately, that's just the way that this league works. Guys go out in this league that are the guys. Like, the NFL continues to go on.
Kickoff from Glendale is at 7:20.
A lot of good runners around here, huh?
Faster than me. My time would have been 54 minutes, 10 seconds.
Oh, man, especially at those distances, too. Not for me. All right, thanks, Kevin. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, we all know dogs can be great life companions, and in special cases, they can even be caretakers. Tonight, we'll take you to Ely, where one Navy veteran is still using her time to serve those in need. Well, you're about to see a bizarre Halloween tradition. It's called the annual pumpkin roll. It kind of describes itself, and it happens in suburban Cleveland each year, a few days before All Hallows Eve. The event started as a prank by a bunch of high school students back in 1967 and has endured since then. Students use a dump truck to unload pumpkins off the top of a hill that leads down to their town's main street. Though the students appear to have a great time, you can understand why some residents aren't exactly happy with that tradition. Police will give organizers a ticket for illegal dumping, but students raise money to pay that fine and to clean up the mess. I was feeling kind of bad as I was reading this story, but if they pay to clean up the mess,
yeah.
Then
Main Street.
I have to low-key admit, I'd love to see that happen right here in Duluth.
That's my way home.
Peter, there are plenty of hills in Duluth.
We got plenty of hills. It would roll right into the lake.
Exactly.
No cleanup involved.
Any rain tonight, real quick?
Just a little bit of rain for the night tonight, but then we quickly dry things out for the day tomorrow, and into the weekend we look good as well.
All right, if you see a pumpkin rolling down the hill, it's probably Peter. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you.